poppin', y'all? It's the Street Wolf JLEGEND, and we got the homie Ray Sosa from Virginia on the phone right now on the Skype. What's poppin', homie?
Campaign, like, what's going on, man? How you?
I'm alright, man. I'm cool. How you holding up right now, man? There's a lot going on over there in Virginia. That's the main reason why I want to talk to you. Um, but how are you and your people going on dealing with all this right now?
Um, man, it's normal. I mean, I'm going through it just like everybody else going through it, seeing what the forecast looking day by day with all the things that's going on. So I'm just taking it day by day.
Yeah, man. First off, you're one of the first people, one out of two people I thought of when it happened, because I have a cousin that lives down there, and I actually had B Magic. I want everybody to go back and check that episode out. I had B Magic on the phone, probably like the very next day or maybe a few hours. I'm not sure. Anyway, we started talking about it. As we were talking about it, I was like, "Yo, man, I gotta holler at my homie Ray Sosa and see, because you are over there. Like, how close is this happening to where it is you actually live?"
Well, where I'm at and where Charlottesville at, it's a couple hours. I ain't gonna lie, it ain't like right up the street. It's a couple hours away from where I'm at currently. I mean, it's a drive, but it's not too far to where I can't go there. But it's a drive. It's a couple hours away. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Whether it's Virginia, whether it's New York, whether it's Los Angeles, California, whether it's Florida, is racism is everywhere. Discrimination is everywhere. So everybody just try to take it day by day and just try to just fight for equality. For the most part, just take it day by day, and just try to make the best of the situation, because it's troubling times. Everybody need to unify instead of dividing, finding different ways to keep us divided, but find more ways to just unify us as a people, as a human race, and we could build from there and have open and honest discussions about everything.
One of the main reasons why I want to talk to you about this, besides the fact that you're from over there, and besides the obvious, you know what I'm saying, the race, the other part is it has a lot to do with your music. I know that, you know, I'm a fan of your music. I listen to your music. There are a lot of things that you speak about in your music, especially the last album you just dropped, Campaign Life, My Success and Failures. You know, you spoke about things as far as political things, Trump, things of this nature. When you were sitting there recording this album, could you have foreseen this kind of stuff happening based off the rhetoric that Trump had been spitting?
I think the way that I looked at it, like with the idea for the album, I just wanted to put myself in a position. If I was in a position of power, like, how would I talk about certain topics? If I like the song Black Trump, even though I wrote it way before he got elected, I just felt like if I was him, these are the things that I would change. I would try to make the playing field even for everybody. I would talk about the injustices. It's like, the way I look at politics are meant to persuade those that's oppressed. So if somebody is oppressed and you're looking for some kind of sign of hope, you're gonna lean towards whatever candidate best fits your situation at the time. So if you're rich and the politicians are talking about less taxes, and your for you as an individual, and they're talking about all these different things and blah blah blah, you're gonna side with this person because this person is speaking to you. If the politician is talking about healthcare, welfare, Section 8, poverty, all of these different things that's talking about the people that's oppressed, you're gonna side with this person. But at the end of the day, as a person that's, when you think about like whatever politician that you're going for, you always got to remember that they could say all the things they're going to do, but if they're going to say they're going to promise you 10 things, you're lucky if you get one of those things fulfilled. So you can't really go off of politician words, but you got to go off of their actions. So that's just the way I looked at the stuff that's going on and that's been going on even before Trump was in office.
Man. It'll probably never happen, but I always feel like there should be some sort of legal repercussions for politicians who promise all that type of shit and don't deliver on anything, man.
Right.
I mean, you know, there's rules. Even though I'm pretty sure, well, I know they've been broken plenty of times. There are rules against pretty much fixing elections, right? So how is that any different if you sit there and promise the people, like you said, 10 things and you give them one?
I just look at it like when you people are so gullible and so like people are gullible and they just don't realize what's sitting in front of them talking to them. If somebody at the end of the day, these people in a high position of power could care less about people like us. At the end of the day, they could care less because they don't have to. If you're a politician, you're secured off from the public. You don't go to the same places that I would go or you would go. They're secure at night. They could go to sleep at night. It could be 30 homicides that's going on in a impoverished area. They could care less. They don't care. They don't have to live around it. They don't have to go around it. They don't have to socialize with the people there. They're on a different level. So our words are really not theirs, but they know that they hold the power to persuade minds that are looking for hope. And that's the sad part about politics. If people really people don't understand that the people really have the power to make changes, but everybody is not going to unify as one to make that change, because some people feel like, well, it ain't affecting me, so I don't care. It's affecting them over there. But
unfortunately, yeah.
And that's the sad part about it. So I just feel, I give you an example, right? NFL season coming up. Colin Kaepernick. I made a Facebook post and I said something about with what's going on is you can't be online saying, oh, it's messed up what they doing to Kaepernick because I feel, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. That's cool and all that you're sitting there and you're actually making a statement, but when you're dealing with somebody that's in a high position of power, the one thing that can always cripple somebody that's in a position like that is if their money start hurting. Yeah. So as consumers of the product, which is the NFL, there's a lot of things coming up. Madden drop next week. People getting their fantasy leagues together for the season, and TV ratings for these mainstream games that come on Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays. If you really feel some type of way about the injustice of Kaepernick being signed, don't support the league. I guarantee you, if you don't support the league, he will get signed by a team. Flat out. Somebody will sign him because everything, when you cripple these people's pockets and they see like, hey, ain't nobody coming to the games, ain't nobody watching the games, ain't nobody buying the games, damn, somebody got to sacrifice and sign this guy. And that's where it starts. It starts with the people, but some people just don't care. Some people will be like, he was trash anyway, or whatever. So I don't care. He ain't gonna play for my team. My boy's straight. This, that, and the third. But they're not supporting the cause in a way that it matters, and that's just by finances. So it's sad.
No, it's very sad, and I do feel like I do feel like other guys from the league have to do more as far as speaking, right? But with that said, I want to ask you a somewhat tricky question. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel that maybe it would take for more white players to speak up
Of
for
course.
not only for him to get signed, right? But for maybe league excuse me team owners and stuff like that to really see that, hey, maybe they need to start speaking up themselves about some of the things that's going on.
Yeah, but I believe this how I look at it. Like, cause I'm a diehard NFL fan. The way I look at it, I feel like how it's set up, how the structure of a team is set up. The key component to any team is the quarterback. Majority, it probably over 3/4 of the quarterbacks in the league are white. The star quarterbacks, I'm a Packers fan. Rodgers, Breeze, Brady, Roethlisberger, Matt Ryan, figures like that play that quarterback position. If they was to sit there and take a stand on the matter as well, again, this way it goes back to a lot of those people in that position, you got to think they're on the other side of the fence as far as skin color. That's one reason. The injustices of minorities really don't affect them. And then at the same time, they don't want a whole bunch of backlash from people that look like them for supporting people that look like us. So they're not going to get their hands muddy and actually take part into something like that. And then at the end of the day, I look at it, it's a business. When after these games and after the season or whatnot, it's not to say that they don't have friendships off the field with some of their co-workers or some of their teammates. It's just a simple fact that, again, it's like the war would be won if they supported, but it's not going to happen. Like, until one of them do so, we're going to be going through the same thing all over again. It's a never-ending cycle, but I feel that they could persuade minds. I feel that if somebody see Tom Brady support black athletes, just black people in general, it's not to say that, like, someone like him is racist, but just to actually be like, you know what? I feel like everything that's going on in the world is wrong. Everything that's going on to minorities is wrong. I take a stand with this and just take the hit. He just got to somebody in that position just got to take the hit. And I feel like the dominoes will fall if somebody of that magnitude would just step out and just help.
Yeah, I agree, man. So I want to get back a little bit more to the Charlottesville situation, right? And not straightforward to it. I was wondering, during these, you growing up in Virginia in general, we sit here and watch this riot and, the so-called protest, which, whatever, man.
Mm.
As you grew up, were people just openly like that in Virginia out there with the swastikas and all kind of all that other shit, man?
Nah, I mean, nah, not for real. I mean, Virginia, it just depends on what part you're from. Like
Yeah.
the part I'm from is city. The parts out there, like you out there in the sticks, that's different. Like when you out there just in like the country and the sticks and the mountains and stuff like that, it's a different type of vibe. I would say like where I'm at, the moves that you would see is like Confederate flags driving by on the car. You drive in neighborhoods, you might see like a Confederate flag on the porch, but it's not nothing to the point where you see the KKK walking down the street. Not in my city. That ain't happening. Something like that I can't see has ever happened, but in my lifetime, but I mean, anything possible, man. I mean, I just feel like nowadays everybody just everybody just brave. Racism never left, and I don't think it never will. But I just think that more people are being bold with how they portray it.
You don't think that got to do with the fact that our president be on some punk shit with that race stuff?
Yeah, he plays a very major part in it. I feel, looking at his strategy and like how I feel like one thing that he did, because I really look at this stuff, you know what I'm saying, down the middle, and I really like analyze like a lot of stuff. If you notice, like when Barack was in office, Barack was like, he was like the first president to, social media started getting popping when Barack was in office, right?
Man.
So when Barack, either on Twitter, his Twitter be popping, or he might say something, or the YouTube or the memes, he was like the poster boy for like, okay, presidents of the future can go and follow this type of blueprint. So I notice how Trump is always on Twitter, and he say, it's like he's trying to copy that blueprint in a sense, but he say some wild shit. And it's like, to somebody that's in a position like that, it seems like he cares more about saying something, because he know that the news will spread so fast if he say something on Twitter or something like that. He know that everybody is gonna be looking at his Twitter, and they're gonna be like, "Oh snap, Trump said fuck this, and we gonna blow this shit up." And the news is gonna spread so fast where YouTube gonna pick it up, ABC gonna pick it up, CNN gonna pick it up. Everybody gonna be doing different commentary about something he said. So basically, to me, what he be doing is like he's trolling. And he know that it's gonna cause differences on this side, it's gonna cause differences on this side, and everybody gonna be at war about something that he said that's foolish. So he is a key component to a lot of this stuff that go on out here, and he got the power again. Somebody like that can cease. He might can't put the fire, but he could contain the fire if he just speak up and do what's right. But it's politics, man. That's just how it is.
No, to me it's stupidity. I don't think it's politics. At this point, you're already the president, though. You're in your first year. You're a few months in, right? You still here 3 more years, 3.5 more years, or whatever the hell the exact count is. You mean to tell me that you can't get on there right now and say, "Hey, man, stop this shit"? And even more is this. You know you played off that racist thing. Whether he's a racist or not, I don't know. You played off of that, right? The building the wall, all that silliness. These people are following your lead, whether that's what you wanted or not. He got on the TV and said both sides are wrong. These people did this, and then, man, shut up. Shut up. You supposed to get on the TV and say, "Hey, man, you know, we supposed to be standing together. This ain't what it is. When I said make America great again, this ain't what I meant." Right? That's what we should be hearing from our leader.
Right.
Not this side was wrong and this side came over here and everyone had bats. Yo, get out of here with all that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It just make you think like, what the fuck is wrong with just this country? Like, what? It's like, I don't get it. It's a bunch of hypocrisy. It's just hypocrisy, like, all over. Because I could point so many examples of things that's just, people are hypocrites. People are hypocritical about so much. They said Barack was foreign. He was a Muslim. He was this and he was that. And he ain't had no position or no reason for being in the White House. Ivanka is not even from here.
Man.
but she's the first lady. It's just like stuff like that just make you think. Like I don't never recall him being a mayor. I don't ever recall him being a part of the Senate. I know he wasn't, but what I'm saying is, it's like, oh, like you was making money. Basically, you was flipping houses. You see what I'm saying? Like you basically was flipping property. You was buying property. It's like, as a businessman
and toupees.
Man, I don't know what the fuck that shit is. That's just a bunch of cat fur. And, I mean, like, I don't know what the fuck that is. That shit look terrible. It's combed forward. It's like it's combed forward, but then it's combed down on the sides. That shit look terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if it was a black man with hair like that. Like, I don't care who it is. Like, that shit look terrible. It's not even the wig. It's just that it's like he combed his hair the wrong way. You're supposed to comb your hair back. If you with hair like that, you comb it back. He comb it forward or whatever. That shit look terrible. So that ain't even no racist type of statement that I was saying. That's just real shit.
No, that's about your shit looking silly, and that's it.
It looked like when a black dude got a fro and he got a hat on like this and he take it off. It's like it's not even. It's like it just look bad. Like he just need to pick it. So I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with race. That shit just look bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's spooky out here for real, for real. I just look at it as people, no matter what race you is. I see a lot of like on YouTube and different things. I even see white people, some that voted for him, they just like, like he fucking up. Like I don't like he basically it's like they done threw their hands up at him. And a lot of white people, you know what I'm saying, starting to see like the message of everything. They get it. That was a white woman that died because she gets it. But it's sad because when it comes to racism, some people got that mentality is like you're guilty by association. So it's like some white people on this side of it, like, we ain't racist, you know what I'm saying? We ain't on that type of time. And then you got the racist people over here that are spearheading this hate. Different minorities is gonna look at it like all y'all the same, regardless, because the bad always outweigh the good in any situation.
Yeah, but you know what though, man, that's wrong.
It is wrong.
And I was yesterday on my homeboy AJ Dunk's podcast. I can't make this up for those who don't know. I'll try to put the link in the description so everybody can check out that episode. And what I was saying there is how I feel like blacks and Spanish, we play a role in some of this racist stuff too from this standpoint. We can't always be calling them honky and cracker if we don't want to be called spicks and niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not saying that you shouldn't defend yourself. I'm saying when you on the offense, that's not cool, man. And in this instant, if we get upset because they label us a certain way because of one or two people, then who the hell are we to do that too? How does that help? How does that help a situation? How does that stop the cycle? Because if you feel the need to constantly do that kind of shit and think it's okay to complain when they do it back, then there's something wrong with you. Right. And at the same time, you play into their hands because it's like, all right, we know if we do this, we're going to get this sort of reaction. Like, no. If you don't like the fact that when you walk in a group and you see a white person gets upset, or excuse me, not upset, get afraid and stuff like that, you saying something to them or pestering them don't help. You know what I'm saying? And the same other way, like, every way that you flip this around, like, you can't do stuff to other people and expect for them not to do it back to you and it's all good. So if you're going to sit there and say, these white people running around with these swastikas and guns and stuff, they're racist, that mean all white people are racist, then you a fucking idiot too.
Right. And I agree with you. The thing is, people got to stop labeling everybody the same. Everybody isn't the same, because if it's you just can't put everybody into the same mold, because everybody wasn't raised the same. Some people are loving people. Some people really love different cultures and different things. It's not like on Facebook yesterday, right? I made a post, and the post said, it said something basically like, people that hate other people got one thing, or own one thing that comes from another culture. And I said something like, white racists like black porn, black people eat tacos, Mexicans got one song of Taylor Swift on their playlist, Asian people watch Power. So low key, like, everybody has something or likes something that represents like another culture, in a sense. Something. It could be anything. It could be, whether it's fashion, whether it could be food, whether it could be anything. Like,
I'm with the food part, man. I'm fat and proud. I'm with the food part. I want all the food from all the different cultures, and I want the women. I want the food and the women from everybody's culture.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, you can't be like, you could, but the thing is, and like I said in that same post, low key on the inside, you really not like that. But when you see your whole culture like riding on something, it's kind of like you're forced to ride with it, because you don't want to sit there and say like, nah, I don't want to do that, because you don't want them to be mad at you. So you sit there and out here preaching this hate, but you really don't even hate these people. You just, your man is basically like some street shit. Your man ride, you gotta ride. But deep down inside, you want to be like, nah, I don't want no parts. Like Boys in the Hood, when he was like,
my man,
let me out.
That car,
Let me out.
Yeah.
But when you riding on something like that, like, most people ain't about that time. They ain't trying to go there and go down that road for real.
Let me ask you though. So all this protesting and stuff is going on because parks have to be renamed that are currently named after people from the Confederate Army, as well as statues have to be taken down. And this particular one was the Robert E. Lee statue, but it's not. It don't stop there. It's supposed to be across the board. All this is supposed to be stopped. How many people, including yourself, do you believe were aware of these statues and names of parks prior to this whole situation? Was that an issue?
It's a lot of Robert Lees and different in the South. You could find like a lot of that stuff all around in the South, in different places. I know in South Carolina they got one. I forgot the name of that one, but when I was down there, I seen it. They even still got slave houses down there, like the big slave houses. They still got those. My cousin, to be honest, had his wedding there. It's not like the slave house. Like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Basically, they renovated it to make it to where like you could rent it out for stuff like that or whatnot. But you could just walking on the inside and you seeing like furniture and there's different stuff like that. You're looking like, damn, this shit crazy. Like, but it in like close to where I'm at. It's a park called 58, like a highway, and on Highway 58, if you drive through, you can see the cotton fields on the left, and you can see them on the right. and you looking at, I'm talking about big cotton fields, and you see like that house all the way in the back. And when you think about it, sometimes like when I drive through it, it's humbling because I know that like it just put me in that mindset like, damn man, this is what they had to go through. Looking at these big fields, this is what they had to pick, the cotton, and then you see that big house all the way in the back, like, and all that land up front, and you see all these cotton fields. It's humbling. Sometimes it make you emotional driving through it because we came this far, but this type of stuff still goes on in our society. So it's real deep,
Yeah,
man.
I couldn't even start to even act like I can imagine what that shit is like. But I will have to say this, and I mean it in a respectful fashion. Um, I'm happy that someone like yourself can acknowledge that. And what I mean by that is, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of other people who drive by them fields, and instead of them soaking in what the historical meaning is behind this, or I don't even know if that's the right word that I actually need to use, but for people to get a feel or understand, not too many people would sit there and consciously really go through that in their mind. Like, shit, man, our ancestors had to deal with all that nonsense, man.
Right. It give you goosebumps driving through it because you just see, that's all you see. You just see a bunch of land and you see like these houses like scattered. You know what I mean? Of course they built houses, you know, but some of these houses you could tell was built since way back. They in good condition, but you just see all this land, this open land, and you see cotton. You can see like the little cotton balls like actually like growing. Like that shit is so sad. So I try to, you know what I mean? Me personally, stuff like that humbles me because that was hundreds of years ago, but you still see those. Not saying anybody out there picking cotton, but it's the simple fact that you could still see it. And I would just tell people, man, like, you just gotta humble yourself out here. Like, everybody feels that they are superior. Everybody feels that they are the originals. Everybody feels like they did this and they did this. Everybody, like I told somebody the other day, everybody played their role in building America, and everybody played their role in destroying America.
Yeah.
These are the types of things that all of us have to acknowledge. We all played a role in everything, and that's facts. But everybody don't want to hear the truth. They rather hear a lie. So why get mad when these people are sitting here? You know something to lie. In your heart, in your soul, you know this is a lie. But why get mad about it? You know it's a lie. So you can't feed into that energy. But one thing that, you know, I see these panels on CNBC, CNN, they had these you know, like every couple of years they had like these shows, racism, real talk, and they get all these people up here to talk about racism and why, and they try to have these open discussions or whatever with all these people of different nationalities, but don't nobody keep it real. It's like everybody, I know a whole bunch of such and such and such. And then, you know what I'm saying, they don't sit there and actually get in depth and sink their teeth into certain things because it's made for TV. You gonna have the one asshole. You might have the one person up there talking some real shit, but you gonna have the asshole that's gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, I have a whole bunch of black friends." That's the key line every single time. But you know it's a lie, so why get mad? You just know that this shit is for TV. They're gonna take 2 hours out of your night. The rating's gonna be super high or whatever. It's I see it for what it is. But these are open discussions that I wish that everybody can just have like an open discussion about where do we go from here. I'm talking about people that really that keep it real. You ain't gotta have college degrees and all that. I'm talking about.
That's my next question for you. That's my next question for you, and from the standpoint of I see which bothers me a lot. I looked into it. I see Virginia is an open carry state for handguns. I'm unaware if that's the case because I did try to look it up real quick. I won't lie, I didn't do an extensive search. I looked at it real quick to see about assault rifles, right? Which that's what a lot of them guys had. They had assault rifles. They had military fatigues on, even though they didn't have a military logo on there. They had military fatigues. They had riot gear. They went down to the protests like that. A lot of them had headgear. You know, they look like something straight off of Call of Duty. And when I watched that, and just like B Magic said in that interview I did with him, sometimes it make you feel like, yo, maybe, even though it can't go good, but I'm just saying, sometimes it make you feel like, man, if they're allowing them to do that type of shit, and they're clearly showing they're ready for war, and ain't no police and nobody stopping them from doing what they was doing, how do you sit there and tell minorities that they should fall back and not do the same thing? So that's why I say, like, what do you think is the right thing going forward?
It's tough, man. It's tough because it's weird. For one, it's weird because I feel like groups like that, in particular, I feel like they're funded by the NRA. I feel like there's no way that y'all getting assault rifles for, now, not saying that other groups don't get assault rifles and stuff like that and don't own and possess them, but sometimes I just feel like the artillery that some people have, I feel as if, like, it's no way that y'all just going to a pawn shop buying something like this.
Yeah.
That is like, when you look at that stuff, it's fresh out the box. Like, they ain't never shot a bullet.
Yeah.
And I just feel as individuals, it's sad, but it's like it's sad because what it does, it put everybody like in a position where like stick to your own kind and go to war against, like, it's like a race war. That's what I feel like that it is. It's like it's gonna turn into this big race war to where blacks fighting the whites, then Mexicans fighting the Asians, and it just gonna like big race war, the survival of the fittest, who can survive. But like I said in the post too, people don't realize that the world is controlled by men in their 80s. It's like about 12 men that run the whole world. It might be more than 12, it might be less than 12. But the world is controlled by certain figures, people that you would least expect. But these are some old, rich, filthy men, and they dictate everything from the media, from the militaries. It's right there for you to see. You can't sit there and always feel that it's always somebody else. I feel like it's a lot of things that are dictated behind the scenes that the people don't see, and some don't care to see. But you can really see what this world is, what is made off of. It's like, it's not about, on the outside they make it seem like it's race. But for real, it's all about rich and poor and good and evil. That's all it is. Even, you could, example, the lady Heather, R.I.P. to her.
Yes.
If it was about race, they wouldn't even have killed her. They would have killed a minority if it was just all about race.
I mean, in all fairness though, the dude drove, because there was plenty of minorities who got hurt. It was 19 who got hurt, and she died.
Right.
The dude just drove the car into the crowd. He didn't necessarily look and see.
Right. I see what you're saying. Right. But but so that lets you know at the end of the day, with her dying, it should be a sign. It should be a sign that goes off in your head, like, yeah, like it ain't even about. It's not. It's about race, but it's not about race. Like it's all about good and evil now, and it's about rich and poor. I look at.
Go a little bit to your left though, so you can.
Oh my.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect. You good.
I look at it like a lot of people that I felt like were strong individuals that look like me and you. And when you look at them on TV and they open up their mouth, you look at it like, oh, they shouldn't have never passed the microphone to this person, because they sound like they're brainwashed, or they sound like they're so out there that they don't see the realization of everything that's going on. And you look at them, you're like, hey, man, I thought it's not the fact of when you get rich or you become successful that you can't enjoy life. But don't forget where you come from. Not saying that you got to post up on the corners, on the block, and all that. It's not that. But it's the simple fact that you become a millionaire or you become successful, and then you come out with some sad. I never experienced racism. What is racism? Everybody, no, it don't work like that. Like we all have encountered some kind of racism. If we haven't encountered it personally, we've seen it. If we haven't seen it, we know what it is. Everybody know what racism is, and everybody know what discrimination is. Everybody know what all of these different issues that's going on. It's been going on before us, and it'll continue to go on. But that's why everybody needs to, if they don't go through some things personally, they need to learn from other people's success and failures and experiences and try to gain a new perspective instead of staying in the dark and having this caveman ages type mentality.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, you got a Kaepernick shirt on right now?
Yeah, I sit with Kaepernick shirt on right now because I get the message. And I feel that it's only right to, like me personally, and like I said, I'm a diehard Green Bay Packers fan. But I felt like I told my cousin.
I feel like you got to say unfortunately when you say that, but go ahead.
I mean, whatever. But, I mean, like I told my cousin the other day, man, I can't support the league this year. I can't watch, and it's going to be hard for me not to. It's going to be hard for me not to see my boys play. We play Seattle the first week, game of the week. I want to see it, but at the same time, like I can't stand on that. I can't sit there knowing that he's not even on a roster. He might ain't got to be a starter. He might ain't got to, all of that. That's fine. But the simple fact of it's 32 teams, quarterbacks going down with injuries, and you mean to tell me like he's not on no roster, or even you had teams that say they got interest, but at the same time, they feel from a business standpoint like, okay, if we bring him in, fans are going to protest. We're going to lose sponsors. We're going to lose endorsements. I don't want to take that hurt in my pocket, so we're just going to leave him alone. But we're going to make some kind of like PR statement out there that we have interest in, but the sides can't agree and all this. You could just see it every time it happens.
Yeah. So now, let me ask you. I know you probably got a lot going on in your life, and then add in all this old extra nonsense. But as all this is unfolding, are you at all inspired to write something or no?
Yeah, I'm writing a lot of stuff right now. I was just talking to, actually, to be honest with you, right now, me and my partner, we're designing a clothing line called Campaign Society, to where the signature of the line, like is designed by leaders and made for the people. And that's what campaign society is. It's designed by people that are leaders and that they are forward thinkers, but it's made for the people. So that's something that we're working on right now, as far as is pushing things forward. We want to make things that inspire. When you word the brand itself, we want you to feel inspired. We want you to feel like when somebody see campaign society and they might see like some kind of like lettering or quote on a shirt, we want people to stop you and be like, hey, where you get that from? What's that? Oh, that's dope. I like that. That's real talk. Something to where it grabs people attention and it grabs their eyes. And I feel like if us as a society, if we want things like racism to stop, or we want equality for all and things like that, that's what campaign society is, because as a society, we're campaigning for change. And that's really what the message is with what we're doing. And then as far as the music, I might shoot a video before I really dive into this next project. I might go ahead and shoot a video for Black Trump, because I feel like I want to give the people the imagery behind, like, my point of view. People love the song off the album, but I feel like right now people need to actually see a visual to that. If not Black Trump, then One Nation. So I'm definitely keeping my eye on everything that's going on in our society on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that Black Trump is a dope joint, but I feel like you really have to have a real intricate video. Like, I don't want to see you. Not saying you would do that. I'm just saying I don't want to see you rapping in the middle of the street somewhere on a rooftop. None of that shit. I want that. I want y'all to really play that out, because I think when I listen to that song, like the dynamics of the song, the way everything is formatted and everything, I like in my head I see a whole. You know what I'm saying? I just see something completely different in my head. So I just feel like it was a dope song. This might be the time for it. So I want to see a real, like, something well thought out for that video, because I don't want people to listen to the song really quick, look at the video and say, hey, it really don't, you know what I'm saying, and then move on from it. No, I want y'all to get the message. I want everybody to get the vibe, everything of it.
Yes.
Before we go, I want you to stay on though. I'm gonna wrap it up now, but I want you to stay on after this.
Okay.
Number one, I want you to let everybody know your social media, and then I want you to, if possible, give us a timeline for your for the clothing.
Right now, okay, my social medias: Ray Sosa on Facebook, Twitter @TheRealRaySosa, TheRealRaySosa. No, TheRealRaySosa. My bad.
Step it up, man.
Nah, it's too many because they all don't have the same name. SoundCloud Ray RAY_SOSA 757. Instagram Sosi 0757. Just Google Ray Sosa and all my social media is gonna pop up. But we got videos out right now for the Paranoia song that kind of gives you like a feel of, it's kind of like a little pre-feel of everything that's going on so far, with the politics and stuff like that. And I got a couple more videos on YouTube. So just type in Ray Sosa wherever and I'll just pop up to make it easy for everybody.
And the timeline for the clothing?
What we're doing now, we're coming up with like concept pieces. So what I'm doing with that, like we have to brand it and actually come up with the concept pieces and promote. So it should be like about November, going into the winter. that's when we'll start. So it'll be like either November when we start actually putting the website out there, or the first quarter of next year, like January. But we just want to make sure that clothing like is the promotion and everything behind it is like intact before we just put it out there. So
yeah, no, definitely, man. Definitely. Well, as always, my brother, man, I appreciate you coming on, spending time with me, man, talking and you know, I know all conversations ain't an easy one, man, but I appreciate you sharing your perspective and you know how you feel about things with the rest of us, man. I always
yes, sir.
salute you. You know I always salute you, man. For everybody else listening, I hope something from here, you take something from here. And as I said before, man, I just want people to keep in mind that everything does start with you. You know, this what's going on is messed up. Unfortunately, I do expect things to get a little bit worse before they get better. I hope that I'm wrong. I really do hope that I'm wrong. But I do want everybody to firmly sit here and think about it and just know, you know, you can play a part in all of this, man. And sometimes it's what you do and don't do that can make a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? And just don't forget the number one thing, and I raise my children by this. Hey, man, don't be out here doing stuff to people you wouldn't want done to you or your family, man. And that, especially from a racist standpoint, man. So thank you for listening. As I tell everybody, man, the 3 things you got to do is for the wolf pack. Wolf pack being the family. That's provide, protect, and educate. And we're going to catch you on the next one. Have a